everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Arij if you're new. I'm just really happy to be here. Sorry, I don't know why I just got like a boost. As soon as I hit record just now, I just randomly got like a boost of energy. Anyway, I'm excited today because we are making elderberry syrup, and I've never made this before, but I have heard a lot about it. I've been wanting to make it for I think 2 years now. And here we are. We are going to make it today. I'll be right back though. I'm just gonna get like my little fuzzy thing for my mic because it's a little bit windy. Be right back. Okay, we're back. So I was saying that I've been wanting to make elderberry syrup for a while now. But this year, Garen and I go on these walks, like kind of near where we live. I mostly found an elder shrub, which is basically a shrub that grows elderberries. And I tried looking for it last year, but I didn't know anything about herbalism or plants or anything. And so I was looking for it at a time where I wouldn't have been able to spot it very easily because it wasn't flowering and it didn't have any berries. Like, I don't know, I probably was trying to look for it at like even before spring really sprung. So then I didn't know it was there until this year, like I came across it again and I was like, oh my God, elderflowers, oh my God, ah! So I harvested some elderflowers. I haven't done anything with them yet, but then I came back a few months later. I think this was late August. There was only one shrub, so I didn't want to take too many. So this is what I harvested in elderberries. Here's a term that you might have heard of, but maybe you don't know what it means: wildcrafting. When you look at herbal products online, oftentimes you'll see the words wildcrafted or cultivated. So cultivated means that someone grew it and cultivated it, grew the plant, and then harvested. Wildcrafted means that the plant was just already growing wild in nature by itself, and someone found it, came across it, and foraged it, and that's called wildcrafting. So the syrup that we're making today, part of it is from wildcrafted elderberries that I personally found and picked, which is so cool. And then part of it is from cultivated berries that are organic ones that I bought online to kind of make sure I had enough for the recipe. A note on wildcrafting: I am so obsessed with wildcrafting. Like, I just think it is so cool. I feel like the potency of the medicine, or the potency of the energy of the plants when they kind of just grow on their own in the wild without anyone like taking care of them. I just love that feeling. I'm sure as the warmer weather starts coming in again next year, I'm going to double down on my foraging and wildcrafting stuff because I just think it's like the coolest thing ever. Like, it's just so much more fun for me personally to have a connection and relationship, like a personal relationship with the plant itself, that is then giving me its fruit or its bark or its leaves or whatever, so that I can do something with it. Like, I just love the traceability of that. I love how present I can be for the whole process. I love how connected that makes me feel with everything that I make and all the medicines that I make or all the food or whatever. So anyway, that's the note on wildcrafting. Let me get into the benefits of elderberries. The main reason that you would make elderberry syrup, why I'm doing it, and what you find people talking about when you hear about people talking about elderberry syrup, it's for boosting your immune system. So a lot of people will make it during the fall time as it starts getting colder, and cold and flu season is like around the corner. That's what we'll generally make it for, and I'm no exception. Just some information about elderberries. They grow on a shrub called elder. The shrub, it first blooms flowers called elder flowers that you can also use. You can I know a lot of people know about elderflower liqueur, which I do want to try making next year, but we'll see if I can get enough elderflowers. It's native to both Europe and North America. The most common species in Europe, like the scientific name, we talked about this in the last herb video. Scientific names are like the Latin binomials, which help us identify the plant, because there's common names like elderberry, but there's also distinctions between each species of plant. So for example, like the elder plant that grows in Europe is going to be slightly different than the elder plant that grows in North America. And so the scientific name for the North American elder shrub is Sambucus canadensis. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I don't know. Who cares? I'll write it. You just need to know what the word looks like. And then in Europe, it's called Sambucus nigra. So those are the two scientific names associated with elderberries, elder shrub, plant, etc. So the use of elderberries has actually been shown to date back to prehistoric times, and archaeologists have found elderberry seeds on sites dating all the way back to like the Bronze and Stone Ages, which is like so cool. Historically, both the flowers and the berries have been used to make medicines, foods, salves, ointments, etc. There's also something that I found online, the Hippocrates is kind of known as like the father of medicine. He actually supposedly has said that he considered elderberry his medicine chest because of elderberry's like vast array of medicinal properties and benefits. So that's cool too, and that's back in the day as well. Today, a lot of people know elderberry through the fact that it's a very powerful antiviral, and people use it for its immune boosting properties, which we are doing today. Okay, I'm going to read this part. The berries are rich in antioxidants like flavonoids and anthocyanins, which help strengthen the immune system. Research studies that I actually also looked at myself, they show that like some people use it for preventative care, which is what I'm going to do, but a lot of the research studies that have been done on elderberry syrup or elderberry extract or whatever, they use it for people who are already sick, and they've noticed that when the elderberry is taken within the first 48 hours of the symptoms showing, it really helps to reduce the duration and the severity of the illness, which is great. Apart from its properties that help the immune system, it is also known for being able to reduce inflammation in your sinuses, promote skin health, and support heart health. And then it's also a natural source of vitamin C, vitamin A, and a lot of other nutrients. Okay, hopefully I did well with that section. I'm still trying to find my format with taking pre-scripted information and then like presenting it to you, because as you may know, most of my videos are not scripted and I just talk. So anyway, hopefully, I think that message got across. Let's get started with the preparation of the elderberry syrup. So, like I was saying earlier, I have got my wildcrafted elderberries that I handpicked myself. And then I have got some organic elderberries that I bought from this website online called iherb.com. I measured this out and it turned out to be about a cup of dried elderberries in total. Other additions that you can add to the elderberry syrup, other like immune boosting plants, for example, ginger. I'm just cutting it up in a few pieces. And then we've also got some cloves and a cinnamon stick. So we're gonna take our water. I used 4 cups of distilled water. Distilled water is important because it just prevents any random bacteria or other organisms that you don't want from entering your formula. So anyway, added some distilled water to the pot, added the elderberries. These are so pretty. Making formulas with plants is honestly such a gorgeous process. There was this wasp that was flying around in this, and I was like kind of low-key worried about getting stung, but I didn't. It just, I guess, wanted to see what I was doing. But then I added the cloves, cinnamon, and ginger, and then I stirred it, trying to prevent angering this wasp that was around. And then we took it inside. I put it on the stove and I turned up the heat to high. I covered the pot. I waited until it was boiling. And then I turned down the heat and set a timer for 40 minutes. Once that timer went off, I turned the heat off and let it sit for another 30 to 40 minutes. let's just say 30. I basically sanitized some mason jars. The way that you sanitize them is I literally just poured some boiling water over top of them. After I let it simmer, I brought it back outside to my set outside because I feel the need to do this stuff in sunlight, both because it's fun to infuse the sunlight energy, but also it just makes the video look so much nicer, and I love editing pretty video. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, I brought the pot outside, and then I took the cheesecloth over the funnel and I strained the mixture into a mason jar. So I had added 4 cups of water and I was left with a lot less than I was expecting. A lot of it had evaporated. I estimate that I had a little over a cup of liquid left. The next ingredient that you have to put in is honey. If you have like a cup of the finished elderberry liquid that you strained out, you're gonna put 50% of the volume of that in honey. So if you have a cup of the elderberry liquid, then you're going to put half a cup of honey. I mix that up with the leftover herb, elderberries, the ginger, etc. I'm just going to compost that. I think that there's probably things that you can do with it. Like you can probably infuse it in vinegar or something, make some sort of a tincture, but I just don't see myself really using it. So I'm just gonna put it in the compost this year. So this liquid, it can actually stay in the fridge for a few months. I read online, like people have kept it for like 7 to 8 months, which should last you throughout cold and flu season, and then you can just make more next year. Honey is antibacterial on its own. And also the addition of honey, forgot to mention, is that honey in general is used when you have a cold or like scratchy throat and stuff, right? Because it has soothing properties that physically soothe your throat, mouth, etc., but it also is just antibacterial. If you want to increase its shelf stability, and if you, like for example, didn't want to keep it in the fridge, or you wanted it to last longer than 6 to 7 months, then you can add some grain alcohol. So this again is optional. I just added some vodka, just some regular that you can get from the store. And what this will do is it'll enable, like I can just leave this on in the cupboard now. It doesn't have to go in the fridge. If you're someone that doesn't drink alcohol, or you just don't want alcohol in your medicine, which makes total sense to be honest, then just leave it out, stay with the honey, put it in the fridge, and you'll be good to go. The dosage that I am planning to do is I'm going to take a teaspoon of this a day, just as preventative care, and then if I get sick, I'll just continue taking a teaspoon a day until it starts to get warmer, or until I just feel like I don't want it anymore. I never tasted it before, so I brought some in like a little shot glass. So we're gonna try it together. I have no idea what it's gonna, I don't like expect it to taste delicious, but I do want it to taste in front of the camera just to see. Oh, okay. Oh my god, that's actually really nice. I'm not even joking. Like, that tastes yummy. I don't know, I guess I was expecting it to be like medicine, you know, like cough syrup and stuff, but it's really yummy. Like, I feel like if I left out... No, you can't taste the alcohol at all, probably because there's not that much. It's delicious. I'm not even gonna lie. Delicious. I would literally, like, I could see myself pouring that on top of like vanilla ice cream, or like eating that, putting that in some sort of dessert. It's really good. So anyway, that makes me inspired actually to make elderberry themed desserts at some point, because that is really, really delightful. I don't even use the word delightful that much, but like that, if I was to use the word delightful, that is freaking delightful. Okay, that was a huge success. I'm very excited to continue taking this. I'm very excited that I made this little video because, like I said, I've been wanting to do it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you end up making elderberry syrup yourself, let me know in the comments, or if you've made it in the past, let me know your experience. Whatever, just like talk to me in the comments, whatever you want to say, whether it's related to elderberry or not. Other than that, If you look in the description of this video, I will leave links that are relevant to whatever's going on in my life right now if you want to check that out. There's nothing huge that I feel the need to speak on, but if there's anything important, it'll be in the description. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post short form content there a lot more regularly than my YouTube, just because it's short form, quicker to produce, quicker to put out there, and I use that as kind of like a discovery mechanism so that people can find my YouTube videos, which are the creations that I really deeply, truly care the most about. So anyway, if you've made it all the way this far, thank you so much. Seriously, I love that you're here. I will see you soon with my next video. Yeah, before we go, let me just show you the color of the leaves. Because it's really pretty. Oh my gosh, see how pretty? And also the sky's blue today. It's probably gonna stay like this for another few weeks, but I wanted to capture that. All right, bye, that's everything. See ya.